Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Down goes George Santos. Down goes George Santos. In a vote early on Friday, the House of Representatives ousted the first congressman since 2002 and the first Republican to be ousted in history. That's right, from the House specifically. George Santos is now immortalized in the history books, not in fame, but in infamy. Now, the final vote was 311 to 114. The expulsion resolution cites the results of a House Ethics Committee investigation that had actually concluded last month. So, that investigation, of course, revealed that Santos has spent thousands of dollars in campaign funds on personal services and products such as Botox, Hermes, designer products, and OnlyFans. Because, of course, he basically treated his campaign funds as a personal piggy bank, and that is a no-no. Other no-nos he's alleged to have done include conspiracy, cheating to get unemployment benefits, credit card fraud, and other crimes that he is facing a 23-count federal indictment over. I see bad times for George on the horizon. Oh, no.
Oh, no!
All right. So here's the thing, though. I'm actually surprised that Republicans got rid of this guy. A shocker, right? But when you look into it, it's actually not surprising. You see, Santos, he was a walking embarrassment, true, and he was a consistent liar. But that's not what did him in. No. See, George Santos committed what is the cardinal sin in politics: screwing over his fellow lawmakers, Republicans. In fact, Representative Max Miller had come out, this is a Republican from Ohio, he came out and said that George Santos ripped both him and his mom off. Wow. According to reporter Jake Sherman, the Ohio Republican had sent out a statement to the House GOP colleagues accusing the Santos campaign of charging credit cards belonging to him and his mother for contributions that exceeded Federal Election Commission limits and for which they did not approve. Bro was literally stealing from his fellow Republicans. Awesome. Wow. Miller, and I say awesome because it's just amazing to watch the brazenness this guy has. I mean, the absolute balls.
Testicles.
Okay, to steal from your fellow Republicans. In fact, here's what Miller said in an email obtained by Punchbowl. Neither my mother nor I approved these charges or were aware of them. Oh my God. We have spent tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees and the resulting follow-up. Oh, wow. And Miller said he's seen a list of about 400 others, including other members of Congress, who've also been charged by the Santos campaign for donations they didn't approve of. And he said that more than justified his expulsion. By the way, like other members of Congress, right, were paying for George Santos' OnlyFans subscriptions. Wow. Again, ballsy. Now, oh my gosh. Miller said, my personal experience related to the allegations and findings of the Ethics Committee compels me to vote for the resolution. So now, this comes after Miller and Santos got into it on the House floor. Watch, this is just amazing.
I myself have been a victim of George Santos and as well as other members of Congress in terms of defrauding through public donations. I had received an ethics complaint from the FEC, which I had to spend tens of thousands to defend myself. You, sir, are a crook. I know I should direct my comments to the chair. I yield back.
My colleague wants to come up here, call me a crook. Same colleague who's accused of being a woman beater. Are we really going to ignore the facts that we all have passed and we all have the media coming out against us on a daily basis? I can go and read about all my colleagues. I'm not going to stand here to smear them. I'm not going to stand here and use the time I have to say ill things about my colleagues. I refuse to stoop to that level.
Oh, are you sure about that? Because right there, you kind of stoop to their level by saying, Oh, yeah? You thought you could call me a crook? You're a wife beater. But I'm not going to go, and I'm not going to smear people. You know, oh, just you wait. Just you wait. It's so good, yummy in my tummy. Let him fight. Let him fight. Now, it turns out, by the way, that it was that letter from Miller that delivered the knockout punch to Santos. In fact, I want to show you a video here. This is Representative David Joyce, who was a member of the Ethics Committee, who put out that report, you know, with these allegations against George Santos. And so that ethics report, by the way, before Miller came out, a lot of Republicans were like, ethics schmethics, who cares, right? We're still going to save Santos because we need that extra seat. We don't care if he's a crook. But now Miller's like, no, he literally stole from me and my mom. He's stealing from fellow Republicans. That was it. In fact, here's David Joyce.
And a lot of good Republicans are there, and they don't want to be associated with this taint of having somebody like this who's a liar and a thief.
Can you tell me what you think swung the vote at the end? There actually seemed to be some momentum for keeping him in office in the minutes and hours before the actual vote. Was there one thing that you think made the difference?
One of the members came forward yesterday at the end of the talk, and then today came forward and put out the email for those who may not understood of where he was coming from, and explained that not only he but his mother were ripped off by this campaign. And so when you start ripping off other members, if that's not enough to convince people that maybe you shouldn't be here, well, then I don't know what it's going to take.
Are you talking about your Ohio colleague Max Miller, that his statement you think made the difference there?
Correct. You know, and so I'd have guessed that we were dropping from 150 to about 80 or so, 70. And I think Max's last minute email to all the members determined the outcome for him, because a lot of us said, they may not have believed my investigative report. Sorry about that. But they believed Max that when it came personally from him, that he was ripped off, his mother was ripped off, and that he had to spend money then to defend himself against the FBC's allegations.
I mean, so there it is. I mean, David Joyce, who did that report, he's like, look, they didn't really believe my report, but they believe it when Max Miller is like, this guy's freaking stealing from me and my mom. Look, it wasn't, why Santos was removed is not because of the ethics investigation. It's not the fact that he was unethical, that he lied about basically everything. No, it's because he was personally stealing from other members of Congress. That's it. That's the line that they draw. So I understand that removing George Santos wasn't about like, oh, we are upholding truth and honesty for Republicans, and it was just, because you know they're spinning it that way, right? No, it's not about upholding truth and honesty. It's about how this guy was stealing from us instead of you guys. See, the thing is, when it comes to House Republicans, you can be an insurrectionist. You can vote to not certify the election to help Donald Trump literally steal an election. Okay? You can be a criminal that rips off average people. Totally fine. But if you dare touch another member of Congress, then you will have committed the greatest sin imaginable. And you are done, son. Tale as old as time. Okay? This is the story of Icarus. Flew too close to the sun, wings melted off. George Santos, you're grifting. Went too close to the sun, you grifted the wrong people, you stole from the wrong people, and now you out on your ass.